All right, good morning, everyone. All right, let's start with NASDAQ. Let me take off my paper count. All right, damn, not much movement the past couple days. I mean, on the daily time frame, you can really see how the past couple of days have been. They've been very, very bad. Literally no direction. So maybe today we'll see a nice move. I'm hoping we do, but we'll see. It's been a rough week again. So we'll see what happens. All right, we have this 4 hour supply zone up here. This down here could be a 4 hour demand zone, but it's not that clean. What is clean is this 4 hour zone here, which the market is tapping into right now. So far, it kind of looks like it's trying to bounce from here. So I'm hoping if the market opens up that we haven't ran past this area here. That we haven't ran past 740. That's what I'm hoping happens at market open. Is I just hope that it opens before we break past this area. This is also a 4 hour supply zone up here, which we tapped into recently and rejected. Down to the 3 hour time frame. Not seeing much. I know we have a couple of 3 hour zones all the way up here. Like at this point, these zones up here don't really matter. It's just what's close to price. So that's what I'm gonna try to focus on today. Okay. Not much on the 3 hour time frame. So I'm gonna check the 2 hour time frame. Don't see much. What I do see on Nasdaq is this pre-market range right here, which recently we've been seeing a lot of pre-market ranges, but then what happens is we'll get like a fake out of that range. So I'm hoping that doesn't happen today. I know there was 8:30 news. Let me double check. Yeah, there was 8:30 news. It doesn't look like it moved the market too much though. And then it looks like there is high impact 10 a.m. news, which is good to know. Okay, this looks like a good 2 hour demand zone down here. This one too. Honestly, I'm hoping it's like a Friday sell off. That's really what I'm hoping here. I see a bunch of 1 hour supply zones here. That's a 1 hour supply zone. This is a 1 hour supply zone. It's just stacked. A lot of stacked zones. Yeah, for some reason, every time I log into my trading view now, it's like it resets all the settings. which I've never had that issue, but this week I've had it every day. I feel like this week has gone by very slow. Probably because the markets have been slow. All right. On the 90-minute time frame, we have a bunch of supply zones up here, which is good. I think if the longs come in, then these supply zones could be good targets. It's just what I really want to see is a good zone that's close to price. That's really what I'm looking for here. I honestly don't have to chart this far, but I gotta stay prepared, so I'm gonna chart as far as I think the market could go down here. If it goes up, then I know I'll have a couple zones, so I'm not too worried about the longs. All right, I don't see anything on the 90-minute time frame, so I'm down to the 45-minute time frame. There is this clean 45-minute zone which the market bounced off from not only yesterday but on Wednesday as well. We saw a good bounce. And even though the market has been bouncing off of this area here, it hasn't really like made newer highs. It hasn't broken structure to the upside. It's kind of struggling to make its move up. And also, like, the more times you tap into a zone, the more likely you are to break through it. So, I could kind of see the markets going down today. But, I mean, we'll see. The price action has been a little bit weird. So, I'm trying to keep an open mind here. I do want to see how this 45-minute zone looks like on the smaller time frame. Okay, damn. Yeah, I don't like that. We chopped on this zone here. I don't like that price action there, so I'm going to erase the zone. There, it was such a good zone as well. Like, we had so many bounces off of it over the past couple days. I mean, this looks like a small 45-minute demand zone here, which the market did bounce off from a while ago. So if the shorts, I'm thinking if price gets below, let's just say 720, if it closed below this 50% line here, I do think the shorts would continue at least to the 600s down here. And this small move here would be enough for me. Realistically, my trade would be something like this. Like that. So I only need a 1 to 2 really. And if I catch it on my other accounts, then I am going to try to hold it at least to the 600s. Alright, down to the 30-minute time frame. Same thing. This area here was also a 30-minute demand zone, which the market also bounced off from a couple times. But it got chopped on recently, so I'm not going to mark it. Let's see. Yeah, this area as well is also a 30-minute supply zone. Oh, this is a good zone here. So for the longs, I'm thinking if we tap this area down here and start rejecting it again, I do think it'd be a good long. If I take this long though, that would be me expecting the markets to go back into the range and honestly be choppy. So I don't want to take this trade, but if it shows up, then I'm gonna have to take it. And then if the longs come in from here, I'm thinking it could go quite high there. I'm thinking it could go up to 935 if it bounces from this area here. Let's just say I miss out on these longs, which is a possibility. Hopefully I find a zone down here. Let me check the 15-minute time frame. Okay, yeah. This is a good 15-minute supply zone. So for the longs, I'm also thinking, let's just say I miss out on this long here. So it does bounce from here. This is a forward demand zone, so I would expect us to break past this. And then if I take this trade, it would look something like this. And that would give me a good enough move. Realistically, I would close it out around here, around 60 points, because that's all that I'm looking for. Like I could aim for more and target, higher or more money, but I'm thinking about the 30% consistency rule. So if I take a winning day, the best I could do, or the best I want to do, is $600 per account, which you don't really need a big move in order to do that. And then if I take a loss, which is also a possibility, I do hope I keep the loss small, or I keep the losing day small. Honestly, I don't want another losing day that's 500 per account, because it's tough. It's tough. But if it happens, it happens. If I do have like a nasty losing day, it's not like I'll be close to blowing the accounts. I mean, I won't be too close, but I'll definitely have less drawdown. So we'll see. But even if I have a losing day next week, I'll have the opportunity to make it back. Okay. I'm hoping, since most of the week was choppy, that today's gonna be better. That's really what I'm hoping for here. Damn, that took a while. Okay, that was NASDAQ. Let's look at US 30. These are the trades I took yesterday on US 30. And I mean, I'm gonna just say it was the market's fault, okay? It does look like I went long and then I went short because, like, oh, I lost the long, so let me go short. That's not what really happened, okay? I thought the longs were gonna come in since it broke this wick here, which is a usual trade. And then I got stopped out of that. So then I was like, okay, we rejected this white line here. The selling pressure is strong. Let's go in short. I went in short. It was great until it wasn't. And then I was like, yeah, I'm done with US 30. It's very choppy. And it was choppy for the rest of the day. Literally. Yeah. So I'm not too upset about the loss yesterday on US 30. But I do hope that the price action is better today on it. And also another thing with US 30 is we're in this huge range here. So today I'm hoping we break out of this range finally, go somewhere else. Or if the longs come in, then I do expect this to come back up to the highs of the range. But we'll see. Let's look for zones here. All right, on the 4 hour time frame, we have this 4 hour demand zone down here, which I think could be a really good target for shorts. If I do take shorts, I think this 4 hour demand zone could be a good target. This up here looks like a 4 hour supply zone. It literally doesn't even matter because it's far away from price. But I'm gonna still mark it out. On the 3 hour time frame, I mean, this kind of looks like a 3 hour demand zone. What I really want to see is a zone that is above this range and below it. That's really what I want. This looks like a clean 3 hour supply zone as well. So that's good. And let's go down to the 2 hour. Damn, I don't see much. 1 hour zone. Okay, I literally don't see anything. I will mark these wicks here as liquidity. Maybe if I'm in a short, I'll be careful with these wicks here. Dang. Okay. I'm hoping I find a better zone here. Okay, nothing. I mean, this is a good 90-minute supply zone up here. And the same thing with this one. This is a good 90-minute zone. But I already have the 3 hour zones marked up. 45-minute time frame. Don't see anything. Well, I really want to see a zone that's below this range. But I'm not seeing anything. Okay, I mean, this is a good 30-minute zone. But once price gets down here, I would have already missed out on the move. So it's not that good. $15-minute time frame. This is a good 15-minute supply zone here. I mean, it's not that good, but it's decent. Another 15-minute supply zone. Not that helpful since it's far away from price. Oh, okay, good. We got this really good 15-minute zone here. Yes. Okay, I like that. I like this. When did this reaction here happen? Okay, in the afternoon. Yeah, I like this 15-minute zone. But it does look like price is already going to run through it. So right now I'm hoping that we bounce off of this area. That way I could potentially take a trade off of this area once the market opens up. 5-minute. I mean, this kind of looks like a good 5-minute zone. Literally, I'm not even going to mark it out because the 15 minutes right there. Damn, US 30. If it actually breaks out to the downside, I might miss out on those shorts. So I'm hoping it kind of consolidates here for a bit, at least for 15 minutes. But yeah, if it goes down, I think if US 30 gets below 240, which it's bounced off of a couple times, I think it would be a good short. Whoops. And if I take that trade, I would target around 120 points, which I think would make sense if it gets below this wick here, which I think it should. Again, if the selling pressure is strong. But I think that's it for the zones today. Honestly, on US 30, I have good zones, but I think NASDAQ looks better. What I do like about US 30 though is just the clean range that it has been in the past couple days. Knowing me, I know I want the shorts to come in. That's just me. I like shorts. I like shorting. But I could also see the market bouncing off from this area. Another thing I could see happening is just like what happened to me yesterday. The shorts could look like they're coming through. It'll look good until it doesn't, and then it'll just be like a nasty wick on the bigger time frame, and they'll go back up to the range. Hopefully that doesn't happen though. Let's see. Another possibility for today is not taking any trades. Um, I think for me right now, it is hard for me not to take a trade uh, any day because once the market opens up, like I'm already looking for a trade. So I won't really know it's choppy unless I kind of wait maybe 5 minutes, which is possible if the market doesn't tap any zones. Which, like, usually once the market opens up, either we're already out of zone or we're about to touch one as soon as the market opens. So we'll see. NASDAQ looks like it's pushing past this 4 hour demand zone, which we did bounce off from a couple of times this week. So I'm thinking that if price opens below 740, I do think it'll be bearish. But again, it could literally just be a wick on the bigger time frame and I could get faked out. If that happens, then it happens. There's really kind of no way for me to expect a fake out. Can't see your screen too vertical. Can you go horizontal? I do have a horizontal stream. It's on the channel. What time is it? Okay, we got 10 more minutes. Alright, that's US 30. Damn, yeah, Nasdaq is dumping. I did not want that to happen. I didn't want it to happen before the market opened up. I wanted that to happen around 9:30. But since I've already kind of missed out on the short here, then I'm gonna have to wait for it to tap either the 600s down here, or maybe I could take a trade off of this 15-minute demand zone. But we'll see how the market opens up. I took a short pre-market, even though it's not really ideal. I mean, it looks like it has good volume so far. I'm hoping it's not like one of those days where pre-market is better than New York Open. That does happen a lot. Like I remember one time it was crazy bullish, like an hour before pre-market. It was a crazy move up on Nasdaq, and then the market opened up, and it was like the saddest price action ever. So I'm hoping that doesn't happen today. 'Cause that would suck. All right, I'm done charting here. Let's see where VWAP is. Okay, we're below VWAP. Haven't touched VWAP in 4 hours, which I think is good. If we hadn't touched VWAP in like over 10 hours, then I would have said we're definitely going to touch up on VWAP soon. But we touched up on it recently, so maybe it'll keep going straight down. Obviously, though, if it gets above, I would say, let's just say 780 up here, I think it would want to retest VWAP. US 30, I don't really look at VWAP on US 30. I think VWAP acts way different on NASDAQ. Where I think with US 30, it like kind of ignores it sometimes. Let's look at session liquidities. London highs. I have no idea what that means. I think that means it's bullish or something. We'll see. We'll see. I could definitely see it being bullish. Do I want it to be bullish? No. I like shorts. I'm a shorter. Yeah, let's see. Another reason why I don't want the longs to come in is because I honestly think if the longs come in, yes, it would make sense because it'll just be going back into the range. But that's exactly why I don't want it to happen. Because then we'll be back in the range. And then most likely on Monday, we'll still be in this area. And mind you, this area has been rough this week. The past week has been rough as well. I think this week has been a bit better than last week, but it hasn't been that good. At least for me. At least for me. We got 5 more minutes. $30-minute. Okay. Yeah, I want to see how this 30-minute candle closes on NASDAQ. US 30 kind of looks like it's bouncing from this 15-minute demand zone, which is good. Because I didn't want US 30 to open below 288. I think if it had opened below 288, I would have missed out on the shorts. But now I might have an opportunity here. I'm low-key thinking if I should like try to place a trade right at US 30's open. We'll see. We'll see. If I do place a trade right at open, I'm thinking something like this. If US 30 gets below 270, I do think it'd be a good short, but like I just like waiting for that first candle close. And it's also just, for me, it's scary to place a trade right at market open because you never know how that shit opens up. Let's take a look at how next week is going to look. High impact news on Monday, Tuesday. Wednesday doesn't really look like it. I mean, it says there is, but I don't think this news will affect the markets much. Thursday, we have initial jobs claim at 8:30, which is good. And then Friday, we have PPI. think so far next week looks good when it comes to all the news. I wonder when's the next FOMC meeting. I know a couple people thought FOMC was this week because it was like FOMC minutes, but it wasn't. It was not the real FOMC. It was FOMC minutes, which is different. March 17th through the 18th. That's when the next FOMC meeting is. So what? It's about a month, maybe. Yeah. That's good to know. So on March 17th, that week, I won't be trading Monday and Tuesday. I think if I do trade the Monday and Tuesday, it'll be like some evals or something. So I do tend to lose a lot during FOMC week on Monday and Tuesday. So I'll stay away from that. Okay, 40 more seconds. Bro, I'm so bearish. It's not even funny. Like, I shouldn't be this bearish. I honestly shouldn't. I'm being biased here. Okay, here's the open. If on US 30 a 1 minute candle closes below 291 and then there's a short, it's like fuck. Okay, all right. Let's see this 1 minute candle close. Let's see. Like I said, if it closes below 290, I'll probably go in short. NASDAQ tapped into this 15-minute demand zone. And I mean, so far it's bouncing off of it. Okay, I like this candle close on US 30. Okay, pullback. Nice. I'm going to go short here on US 30. 45. Put my stop at 95. Oh my gosh. And I got stopped out. Holy fucking shit. Oh my god. Bro, it's gonna make me sick. Could just be a pullback. I won't be that bearish if it actually gets back above the 300s. Then I'll be like, okay, I definitely got faked out with the shorts. I mean, Nasdaq's insanely bullish. Okay, not that bullish, but it is rejecting this demand zone here. It is moving higher, which is not good if I'm looking for shorts on US 30. So that's literally what happened to me yesterday. Like, usually if I win, both US 30 and NASDAQ will like be aligned somehow. If it breaks the lows, I will go short again, and that will be my last trade. because it is closing below 290. Let's see, this is about to be the last minute on the 5 minute candle, which I do want to see this 5 minute close below 290. I think if this 5 minute candle closes above 290, I think the longs will come in. So let's see how this last minute plays out. Okay, I mean, I do like this candle close. I just wish it closed below this white line. But again, if it breaks the lows, I will take a short. On the 5 minute time frame, it does look like it's bouncing from this white line. It's obviously not good for the shorts. I mean, the price action on Nasdaq so far does look better than US 30. It's just I've already missed out on the longs, and now it's at VWAP. Damn, I think the dogs want to go out. Usually I would take a long here on Nasdaq, but since it's at VWAP, I'ma just chill out. I'ma chill out. Okay, let's see if it actually pushes down here. No. I don't know. US 30 is definitely struggling to make a move. I'm definitely paying more attention to the 5 minute time frame, not just the 1 minute time frame, because I feel like I've been doing that a bit too much. So, depending on how this 5 minute candle closes, then probably won't be looking for shorts. Yeah, because this shit, it's already getting back above 290. But it's just also very wicky. I mean, it's still uh, 3 more seconds. And yeah, this shit closed right at 50%. If it gets above 343, then I'll try longs. So if it gets above this zone, then I'll take longs. Because even though it did close below that 50% line, it's just been struggling. I still do have the shorts down here. So if it does break the low, I'll go in short. Like I think if the lows break, I think it could be a good move. Yeah, I'm in a short here. I'm gonna put my stop at 78. I'm gonna try to target 150 points. Alright, I'm getting shit on. Like, what the fuck is US 30 doing, bro? Why am I trading US 30? Why am I trading US 30? I've been fucking losing on it every single day. Fuck. Why am I trading US 30? Bro. NASDAQ longs. If I was looking at NASDAQ, I would have taken long right here. Fuck. What am I literally doing? Fucking. Like, the same shit happened yesterday, and I did it again. It's just like, I shouldn't even. I shouldn't even take it. It was the same trade. What am I saying? And I literally said it this morning. I was like, oh my god. Fucking faked out. Literally, why am I trading US 30 if NASDAQ looks better? Bro, this. I should not have traded US 30. That second trade. Well, that was it for me. I mean, I didn't take the trade on other accounts, but it still sucks. Yeah, another red fucking week. I can't be upset, but fuck. Another red week. That's crazy. I should have just called it a day on Wednesday. That is tough. I, I definitely shouldn't have traded US 30 if NASDAQ looked better. And I took the same trade twice, which is like the same shit I did yesterday. I should have learned from yesterday, because this is exactly what happened yesterday. And it's just a couple things that I should have done today. For sure. Damn. I do hope next week is better. Nasdaq longs were definitely like the play. I should have known. Shoulda, coulda, woulda. I'm gonna call it a day here, and I'm not even gonna journal, cause I just can't. I'm gonna do that shit fucking tomorrow. Damn, I want to break up with US 30. Like, I don't even want to trade it. Because it's done me dirty too many times. But it's like, I should have known. It was literally moving like shit. And then NASDAQ's moving way better. So why did I even trade US 30? I don't know. And I don't know. I'm gonna be better next week. I'm hoping. I'm hoping to be better next week. I'm gonna have to back test because what am I actually doing? But it's also, I've also just taken way too many losses on US 30. It's actually crazy. Yesterday I took two losses because I tried this, not the same trade, but I tried to trade on the same zone twice. And today I did the same thing when NASDAQ looks better. Shoulda, coulda, woulda. I was also too biased. I literally said I'm way too biased, which I never am. Fuck, that's annoying. Like, I'm gonna call it a day. I do hope you guys had a good week. I hope you guys have been trading better than me, cause I've been, damn. I'm green on the month, but it's like two red weeks back to back. That is tough. That is really tough. I pray that next week is better. Damn. Damn. There's a lot of things that I shoulda, coulda, woulda, but I'm gonna take a break. Yeah, I'm gonna call it a day here. I hope you guys have a good day.